The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Wednesday, the 22nd day of June, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's. I'm Jamel Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, it's the day after your big day. How was your big day, and how are you?
I'm doing well. My big day was awesome. I spent time with myself, Starbucks, the nail, many and petty people, dinner. It was great, Jamal. It was great.
Well, we're happy to hear that, Sherry. I mean, you know, um, did anybody else want to spend time with you? You said yourself, right? I mean,
Well, unfortunately, everyone has to work. So
look, hold on. Everybody didn't go work about 4 days, but conveniently on your birthday they had to work, Sherry.
they had to work, so
Mm, mm,
I let that slide. But
mm,
had I been in, well, no, I
mm,
let that slide. It's fine
mm,
because I had so much overwhelming love
mm,
between phone calls, messages, and I
mm,
wouldn't have been able to give nobody else attention but myself. So
mm.
it was fine.
Well, we are happy that you had a good day. It's all about you. It was Sherry Day, and honestly, I love people who celebrate the birthday. I love people when I'm in the mood, but I
Yeah.
love when people celebrate their birthdays. The way life works these days, we just never know if we're gonna reach another. And props to you. Enjoying it the way you want, and don't let the celebration end. And I'm sure you won't.
No, it's
You won't.
there's another weekend event coming up. So yeah,
There-
as long as we're in the month of June, we continue to celebrate.
there's another addition to this.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh.
Most definitely. When I went 40 Jamal, it was a whole
Oh, now
situation.
you're taking us back 40 years. But anyway,
I walked right into that one. But
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But hey, look, we do have a show today. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. We're welcoming Dr. Pastor Maria Seaman back on the show. We're going to be talking about the state of Christianity in Bermuda. The Daily Play. We're doing music today. We're doing music, and
can it be easy? It was my birthday yesterday, Jamal.
music's very easy.
I watched Sancha yesterday. I was like, eh,
No, but
y'all got y'all got this, Sancha.
no, we got Sancha came through Friday. Like what? Like what's up? She got all the few questions like one time, and I was just like, all right, sis, I see you, but we're gonna get you. But look, let me. I just want to address the audience real quickly before we get into today.
Oh,
Um, about the state of this show. This show has done a lot of things in the community. And the greatest reward for this show is the belief that those who One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Lindo's Medical House, the reward for this show is the belief of those companies and people backing us to do this every day. That's the greatest reward. It's so easy to post and discuss just every and anything for likes and follows. It really is easy. Popularity doesn't pay bills. That's not the goal of this show. The goal of this show is to have community conversations that make a difference, that not only make a difference, but as we spoke about last week about national heroes, that enrich the lives of others. Anybody can pick up a mic and talk. You know what? We got a pastor on the show today. I'm going to behave myself. But anybody could do that. Anybody can roll out of the bed and just say, I'm going on social media. That's not us. These are well thought out conversations to have with people like you to make sure that we are doing our job. Some people say, well, hey, let's talk more action. Well, when you're speaking about the right things in a manner that is in an engaging way, well, talk is a form of action. So I just want to commend the audience for riding with us, because without you, we won't have these people backing us for the kind of conversations that we have. And when we do get out into the public and people say, well, I did not know this, thank you for that, or this or that, that's the whole purpose, to ensure that we're helping one another. Because I'm going to tell you, dictionary.com is open on my computer every day for the entire episode. When you all start using words I don't know, I go straight there. So I'm learning too. We're learning. We're in this
Yeah.
together, and this is for all of us. It's not just about us. So thank you for that. And with that said, before we bring Dr. Seaman on a bit later, we have a conversation because Bermuda needs our help, Sherry. Last week we had we've had numerous conversations about the state of Bermuda, the economy. We're gonna have Premier Bert. Well, if he shows up, we'll have Premier Bert on tomorrow, and we have a lot of questions for him economically, because something just isn't right about inflation. I'm no genius, I'm no economic expert, I'm no financial guru, but I can tell you, if everybody else is going up and we're not, somebody's lying, or we're just doing better than any of us are feeling, right?
It's going to show up.
Yeah. But that said, there are things, I always believe there are things we can do to improve our own lives. I don't believe in relying on people who can't help themselves, i.e. the government. I just don't. So the question that was put on our Facebook page yesterday was, well, let me go to it, because my memory, it's 3 years without alcohol this year, but man, that drink can still mess you up. I can't, my mind ain't what it
took
used
your memory and it took you down.
I keep telling you, Lead, put that bottle down. So look, the question on our Facebook yesterday, our Facebook page was, it may come up, folks. It may come up. Some of you may. So the question was, if you were given a week staycation in Bermuda at no cost to you and without any spending limit, where would you stay? Where would you dine? And what would you do? Some people don't follow directions because some people just put one thing, right? Or like some disastrous answer. It was 3 questions in one, folks. So yeah, next time, just do us a favor, follow the directions, help the conversation flow. But that's the question of the morning. Like, Bermuda needs our help, and I know Bermudians love to travel, but as Tamara Richardson has said on her Movement Moment, you don't always have to leave home to travel. Some of the best experiences are right before us. Whether it's staying at a hotel you don't even realize looks the way it does. I mean, how many Bermudians have actually been to Cambridge, for instance?
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the most beautiful places in Bermuda. The Lauren, I was shocked no one said in the answers that the Lauren was a hotel. People, surprisingly, St. Regis, I haven't been there, but I've never heard anything good about it. That's just being honest. Feedback. But that's the question of the morning, folks. What if you were given a week staycation in Bermuda at no cost to you and without any spending limit? Where would you stay? Where would you dine? And what would you do? Now, Sherry, you just came off a birthday. Like, what? Talk to us. How are you spending your birthday, sister?
So there's not too many times that I would reference being at this end of the island, but to enjoy what it has to offer. And it's got to be St. George's. Besides the cricket team, I love St. George's. It is a place to just explore, play, dine, and so forth. I've stayed at the at Tucker's Point before, and I absolutely loved it. I don't want to talk about where I might want to stay because I don't know what it's about. So the St. Regis, like you said, Jamal, I haven't heard much, very good about it. So I want to stay somewhere where I already know. Tucker's Point was beautiful. Where I would dine, oh my God, the Wharf. I mean, not the Wharf, Wahoo's, hands down. That is the place to eat.
It's interesting because I'll be honest. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my.
Oh, I'm like, you haven't been there, Jamal.
I don't know. I've been Wahoo's probably more than any restaurant in Bermuda, but that's one of my favorites. Well, let's go through some of the answers we got on Facebook. Kimberly V behind, she said Tucker's Point, dinner at Sul Verde, Wahoo's and Wharf, spa,
Mm,
pool, kids, water park, boat to Castle Islands, day at Clearwater Cooper's Day at Blue Hill, day in St. George's shopping. We've got Starla
yes.
Williams, who I know is in the industry. She said dinner at Rosewood Beach Club, stay at St. Regis, find a place to listen to live music. Working title: Mia and James Hine. Sorry, James and Mia and James and Mike Hine. We let Tony and Sarah B. Breakfast at Crown and Anchor. Afternoon at Hamilton Princess Beach Club. And we've got a lot of answers. Karen Edwards Singer says Pompano for all of it. So there you go. See,
Really?
yeah. Pompano
I,
is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like the view, it's beautiful.
I've heard the view, and I heard they have kind of really good rates, stuff. I haven't stayed at Pompano either, so it's another place I need to go.
We've got Bobby Painter. She said, I would try hotels I have never stayed in, for example, the Reefs or Pompano, and get goods for activities and eating. Because as much as we all live here, there is so much that we as locals have never done. And that is the purpose of the question. We're so critical of our own product, and rightfully so. Let's be honest, rightfully so.
Hmm.
Right? Rightfully so at times. But I'm not quite sure we even understand all that our product has to offer. I'm not quite
Absolutely.
sure. Like, I worked in Bermuda tourism for about 6 years, and I was still learning a lot when I left. The Lauren opened right, probably within a year of me leaving. And to me, it's probably the best asset. Now, it's a small hotel, only 35 rooms, but honestly, folks, it's probably one of the most beautiful properties that
Beautiful.
Bermuda has to offer. I get why people would say Rosewood. I'll tell you my challenge with Rosewood, and it's like most Bermudian properties. I prefer small, quaint. I don't like properties where I have to take a vehicle to get to, beach or something. You know what I'm saying? I want
Yeah,
something all in one. That's where Rosewood loses points with me. I
got
can't
you.
give an honest opinion with the St. Regis. I can only go
Me.
by what people have given, like feedback. So I take those points. But folks, what are your thoughts? Live, we're live here. What are your thoughts? If you were given a week staycation in your home, your island in Bermuda, at no cost to you, you can spend as much money as you want, and without any spending limit, where would you stay? Where would you dine? And what would you do?
Let me add to that, Jamal. I will go right down Grotto Bay to the caves and have a hill spa experience. If you have not been there, that within itself is a hill experience. I loved down there.
Well, someone did say Grotto Bay. Let's go back to it. Some
Oh,
say
the cave spa.
yeah,
Mm,
someone did say Grotto Bay.
yeah.
I
I
want to say sorry, folks. Just going through. We got a little feedback. We got a little feedback, and I can't find who said Grotto Bay, but someone did say Grotto Bay, and a whole bunch of different stuff. But Grotto Bay was in there.
okay.
Grotto Bay, great staff, food, and amenities. Samantha S said that. Sorry.
Hmm. If you haven't experienced at least the spa in the cave,
No, I haven't.
you have to, Jamal. The audience needs to let Jamal know about this
Yeah,
when
tell
you
me
go
about it.
the next time, and it's reasonable. It's very reasonable. That's the other key. At least it was.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody knows I like a little spa day, but it's something about feeling like I'm outdoors. I need to be in a nice, cozy room, hearing some music. But I'll try it. I'm open to it. Plus, it's over water, and you all know me and water. If it's not the shower or the bath, I don't really mess with it.
Step out of your comfort zone, Jamal,
Yeah. That's
and
absolutely what needs to happen.
and have the experience. And then, as we say, then you can indicate whether you can do this again or not. But at least you could say you experience it. But like I said, St. George's is a wonderful playground to explore and to just have fun. Nia's, is it Little Nia's? What was the bed and breakfast that
Mia's
was
in.
the was that is that still available?
That's a good question. Someone in St. George's, let us know. You know, I'm a St. George's fan twice, 2 days of the year. That's it. I do love St. George's, one of my favorite spots. And of course, you can hear Sherry. She has this secret love for St. George's as well, just not those 2 days of the year that I give them. Sam
Exactly.
Cat Place says Tucker's Point or Pompano to stay, dine at Bella Vista, Wharf, and Pompano, and do all the tourist things, including cave swimming and, of course, spa treatment at Grotto Bay Cave. See, you all swimming in those caves. You didn't watch those movies when we were young?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So you're not jumping in Blue Hill down there? You're not
hell
jumping?
no.
What, one of
Oh,
the
what?
dolphins? One
No,
of the dolphins are gonna come back?
no, this is what it is. You need someone there to take the pictures and video. I have video that people jumping in there, but that's not who I am anymore. Look, when I took the
You
other
can't
side of
say
40,
you're from
made
Bermuda.
decisions in my life that were in the best interest of my physical and mental health. And I don't think that's in the best interest of, look, this brother, I used to do flips, go overboard and stuff. I'm good at this. I'm good now.
So what you're saying to me, since you stopped swimming, of course you're not growing any taller. The salt water was your magic dust and everything else.
Sherry,
It makes
you're
sense.
getting
It
pulled over
makes
for that
sense.
one. You're getting pulled over for that one, Sherry. You're getting pulled over for that one. That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for. Uh,
What?
let's move on. We've got some more comments, folks. What are your thoughts if you were given a week, all at all expense, to no pay from you? You don't have to pay for anything. What would you do? How would you spend a staycation in Bermuda? All expenses paid. Hadaline, Shayna, and Karen Simmons for you.
St. Regis Hotel, dine, wine, and everything else. Okay, Hedlene.
Mm,
The spa in the cave is everything. Yes, Shanna.
all right, all right.
No Neozean, not open. Okay. I just heard so much.
Renee Simmons says, the Lauren, it is beautiful and serene. Oh, Azure to eat. Not sure if you can stay there, but I've had lunch there. Yeah, yeah. That's the old surf. Was it surf? I forget, but it's
Ah,
up by the gas station on South Shore, the Shell gas
yes.
station. Shikarina says, I'd like to try Newstead Belmont Hills because it's centrally located, dine at Wahoo's or White Horse, walk all the trails. I was a huge fan of Newstead Belmont Hills when it first opened. To be honest, I had a bias for many years that was my favorite property. The
Mhm.
rooms, everything. I'm actually shocked that not as many people mention it anymore for those reasons because of its location, the ferry just to get over to town or whatnot. But amenities change, times change, and I'm sure Newstead's still one of those top tier things. Terry Trott, she says 3 nights at St. Regis, 3 nights at Hamilton Princess, 1 night at Grotto for the food, jet ski, Uber Vita cruise. No, see, she broke it down. I
Yes,
believe her because she's like, you're giving me a full week all expenses. I'm gonna try 3 different properties.
I like that.
I'm getting the most out of it, and guess what? 3 different experiences. Three
I
different
like that.
experiences. When you think of the hotel experiences, they are three. One, St. Regis is the newest property. It's a 5-star Marriott. Hamilton Princess, the only one in the city, in the vicinity of town, right? And then Grotto. It's got the grottos. It's got the caves, right? So 3 different experiences. I rate that. I rate that.
I like that,
Marquita
Terry.
Lee for you.
I would stay at Pompano 3 nights, the Lauren for 4 nights. I would dine at Huckleberry. Yes. What a lot. Activities, deep sea fishing, glass bottom boat, helmet dive, and jet ski, more fishing.
Mm.
Huckleberry. Yes.
Someone answered Huckleberry yesterday. I guess for all questions, but I'm not quite sure you can stay at Rosedom right now. I could be wrong. If James Birch is in the audience, let us know. Michelle White says, I would stay at Cambridge because it's furthest from home and play in St. George's. Take a taxi tour all the way there, including caves and lighthouse, Wahoo to eat, and walking tour in St. George. I'll tell you,
I
Cambridge
like
Beaches
that.
is one of the best kept secrets. But see, let me go to this. Nicole Walker says, stay at Cambridge, dine at the Reese because I keep hearing the food as well. Check out Buna Cafe or Bana Cafe, Buna Cafe, parasailing, explore some roads I've never been down, boat tour, and definitely a spa day. Well, folks, I like how she broke that down, throwing in a small business like the cafe there. But I want to say this. If you haven't figured out the madness of this show yet, this conversation was literally an experiment. It was an experiment. And what was the experiment that you were part of? It's all psychology. Sometimes we hate or express dislike for that of what we are,
Yeah.
and we don't even understand the love, the beauty, and all that we are that we're surrounded with, and how much it can benefit us if we saw the beauty in it. So the point is, this conversation, my hope, I mean, mind you, I can't pay for a week for nobody, not even myself. So don't come looking. I'm just going to be clear about that. But my hope is that Bermudians realize that no matter how poor our government is, no matter how much we don't like the politics, we still have a beautiful island with so much to offer. And when you start to invest in self, I have a mentor that always said, the greatest investment you should make is in yourself. When you start to invest in self, rather than always thinking that going to South Beach or going to New York or New Jersey on shopping trips or heading to the Caribbean, think about what it means to explore that which you haven't in your own home and how much it benefits you in the end, keeping that money flowing in your economy. Because I'm telling you, your government's too, I can't say stupid. Yes, I can. Pastor Seaman will pray for me. Your government's too stupid to get it right. I'm just being clear. So it falls on you. It really falls on you, the people of Bermuda, to really do for self. And that do for self is really you understanding that your dollars are better served for you when you spend them at home. So thank you for being a part of the TDH experiment this morning.
Oh,
You think it
well,
worked?
I think it worked, but we need to, stay on time.
Oh, yeah. Did Maya get send us she sure did. Hey, let's bring Maya into the conversation. We've got Dr. Maria Seaman coming up. Good morning, Maya. How are you?
Morning. I'm good.
Maya hands out licks on a Wednesday, but I'm telling you, I was waiting for it. I looked at the time and I was like, Maya's gonna get them in a minute.
Yeah. That's what we do here. Accountability, folks. Accountability. Maya, we've got to ask you as well. We've got to ask you, what I don't even know if I answered the question myself, did I? But all expenses paid, 1 week in Bermuda. Where are you staying? Where are you eating? What are you doing?
I would probably stay Pompano because everyone's saying it and I actually never been. So maybe Pompano. I definitely want to go check out the spa at Grotto Bear. Heard amazing things down there in the caves. But what I haven't done yet, and I feel embarrassed that I haven't done it on this island yet, but taking a bicycle tour with Kristen White down St. George's. I have always wanted to do that and I've never done that yet. So that's something.
Oh, I haven't either. So don't be embarrassed.
You said a bicycle tour?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got on a bicycle and tour?
Yeah. And she takes you on and she's got the microphone speakers and you get to learn about St. George's.
See, it's not me I worry about. But you all saw President Joe Biden take a deck the other day, right?
I see it.
All right. That's my worry. Because I'm in between, do I laugh or do I feel bad and try to help? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You make sure somebody is okay, then you laugh. That's then afterwards. Okay.
Jamal, my video good to
go? I'm sorry, she said, look. Maya, yes, we're good to go. Let's get over to the news break. Over to you, Maya. Wow, she said, look, make sure that you laugh. Cheryl's colder than me. Over to you, Maya.
Thanks. Thank you, Jamal, and thank you, Shari, and thank you everyone for making the Daily Hour part of your daily routine. I'm Maya Palacio, and this is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. So yesterday, June 21st, I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to the Bermuda Public Transportation Headquarters to see what it's like in the day of a life of a bus driver and a bus mechanic. Here's a preview of the story.
You're reliable, yeah. My name is Reed Simmons. I started in 1982, left, came back, left again, they brought me back. So I've been back about 22 years.
And how do you like being a bus driver?
I love it. I get on the job maybe an hour and a half early every day, sometimes even longer.
What's something that you want the community to know about your job and your work here?
I just want the community to know that I do the best of my ability to keep these buses on the road. No matter what the media says, it's not always the truth, you know what I mean? And I'm just tired of the bus garage getting looked at in a bad manner. There's a lot of other places that can be looked at.
The buses do sometimes go on strike. What is like the main reason or the cause?
For the strike? Underlying issues, it could be many issues. It could be something just as simple as something's not working properly on the bus. Maybe the air condition. Every summer we have that issue anyway. But now that we've got the new buses, that might be rectified now. So that's probably one of the main issues, you know. We try to work it out as best as we can. And if it don't get resolved the way we feel that it should be resolved in a mannerly time, then we do what we have to do. That's the only power we'll get.
I personally would like to thank Blaine Grant for taking the time to do that story with me. The full video will be uploaded immediately after the show on my Media Maya platforms. In other news, the Bermuda Football Association announced that two national team players, Reese Jones Jr. and Wazir Smith-Jones, have signed a contract with the Hartley Whitney FC. Hartley Whitney FC is a semi-professional football club based in England and is currently a member of the Southern League Premier Division South. The Minister of Economy and Labor, the Honorable Jason Hayward, states that the government is making strides in the Bermuda Economic Recovery Plan, as 12 Bermudians have been selected to participate in a global fintech education program resulting from a partnership between the Government of Bermuda, Bible Edu, and NEX, the island's first digital asset industry association. The ministry says that the program's conclusion and the Bermudians that have participated will be benefited from the theatrical instructions, hands-on training and development, project management, soft skills, and network building for meeting trailblazers and subject matter experts. The Honorable Jason Hayward also said, quote, "One aim of the National Job Strategy is to work closely with employers to increase opportunities for the training and development required to equip Bermudians for the current and future world works." And so, in line with that, we are happy to partner with the next Bible Edu. This excellent opportunity will allow Bermudian learners to deepen their understanding and hone their skills in the new growing sector of our economy, end quote. And while on the subject matter of employment, a reminder that tomorrow, Thursday, June 23rd, at St. Paul AME Centennial Hall from 6 p.m. to 7:30, there will be a town hall meeting around Bermuda youth employment. And now let's take a look at the weather. Today will be a mix of sun and cloud, becoming mostly cloudy during the evening. The winds will come northeasterly moderate, easing and tending east-northeasterly light to moderate by the afternoon. And we have a high today near of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. That's all for me. I hope everyone had a safe and fun Heroes weekend. I'm Maya Palacio for the Daily Hour News Break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Now back to Jamal and Sherry for your daily focus.
Thank you so much, Maya. Sherry, give us the days of the year, please. Give me something good. Oops, you're on mute. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you something good. It is Positive Media Day. It's the day to be inspired, uplifted through your news feeds and the mainstream media. If a person who uses social media, we ask that you share news, stories, or media that leaves people happy, moved, or inspired, or only repost stories or read stories of the same content. And if you're a media outlet, you make most of your content as positive as possible. And if the content doesn't leave people happy, touched, and or inspired, and follow up with a story with what is being done to fix or better the world relating to the story. I figured you would like that part.
Well, I think Maya did a great job with that bus story if we're talking about positivity.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. It fit. Yeah, it fit. That was a good one.
Perfect.
Yeah. Did you know about this day, Maya? I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, but I did see Don Burgess actually post something real positive the other day on his Facebook. I think he's kind of doing it for the week. Positive news, and I know he said something about Dr. Kuka Weldon working with students the other day, and who will be joining her program. So that was cool.
Oh, okay, cool. All righty. Well, Maya, thank you so much for that. Positive Media Day, folks. That means I will avoid social media. You have a good one, Maya. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All righty. Folks, we've got Dr. Maria Seaman coming up. This should be a good conversation. Always a pleasure when she is in the building. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff. to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Karen, a nurse at the old folks home. These long hours used to kill my feet until my hairdresser told me about a great place to buy a pair of clogs. Medical House. Finally, relief. They also carry uniforms in bright, bold colors. And not to mention the support stockings.
Karen, Miss Soltis bet her bet again.
Oh gosh, these days, I need all the support I can get.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke.
Fruit juice plays a major role in our food lives due to its health benefits, convenience, and sheer deliciousness. For many, it's the second beverage we encounter as infants and the one we return to as adults. Good eats in a glass. Lakewood Juice Company has been bottling the diverse line of pure organic and premium juices since 1935, and they are a flavorsome natural source of antioxidants and vital nutrients. This month, we're featuring Lakewood Organic Pure Lemon and Lime Juices and Beet Ginger Turmeric and Pineapple Ginger Juice Blends. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
All righty, welcome back to the big show. She's Sherry. What's your last name? Vanderpool.
Really?
Sorry, Vanderpool. I'm sorry, I forgot these things. Look, I tell you, I don't know if you went over or I went over yesterday, but anyway, Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by
Short.
Anyway, it's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed on our website so you don't miss a chance for updates, promotions, prizes, and more. Also, if you're on the go, make sure you download that BCG Radio app so you don't miss every time we go live. You can actually listen to Sherry making these insults and hurting my feelings on a daily basis. You can check that out. I have feelings, Sherry. I have feelings. All right. Despite what you all may think, I have feelings. All right.
Despite what you show us. And let's introduce the guest.
Yes, let's bring Dr. Maria Seaman on. She doesn't insult me. Good morning, Pastor. How are you?
Good morning. God bless you, Brother Jamal, Sister Sherry. God bless you both.
Yes.
Bless you, Jamal.
Yes, we need it. We need it in this space. But it's been a while. It's been a while. First, let me ask you, how's your family and how are your parents doing?
Mom and Dad, we're making do with them. They are both in care, and we as a family are making sure that we cover them daily. So shout out to my sister, Allison, who does an excellent job making sure that our parents every day, family is with them. So thank you for asking.
No problem. No problem. And I actually mentioned you some weeks ago on the show, and, I tell people, for me, it's just about checking up on people, seeing how people are doing when they're not in your life. And I just think that's the right thing to do. And so, I know you probably, hopefully weren't surprised, but when I reach out probably once a year to different people, it's just a matter of just, you don't hear it from people. You're not in certain spaces. It's not like I could just pop up at Shekinah. We don't have you in South Florida. So it's great to hear that family is doing what family is supposed to do. Before we get into the conversation also, is it 37 years of wedded bliss today?
Well, Jamal, I tell you, I'm tickled today as my husband and we celebrate 37 years of marriage today. I am so excited.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Jamal and I is trying to make through this first year. So, thank you for that.
We just went a year. But no, I was in a conversation at dinner last night, and couple been married 14 years. And they were saying, you got to get through that first 5. But I'm not joking when I ask you this. What's the secret to it? Or is there a secret? Like, how does a marriage make it to 37 years?
Well, let me say that I think it's quite unique. We started together. I was 15. First date on Good Friday. Got married at 20. I have been through numerous amount of changes. I can tell you only God kept us together until we matured together. One thing I am is a person of commitment. And when I fell in love with him at age 15, that was it. It was going to work if I had to kill him.
God bless you.
Folks, giving you a happy anniversary, love in the audience.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Thank you.
it is a milestone and something that should be celebrated and cherished. Now, let's get into the conversation a bit. Every year, there are various reports and studies on Christianity speaking to its decline in terms of numbers. As a preacher of the gospel, how much does this concern you?
Very much. Bermuda has changed. I'm 57 years old. My birthday was on Monday. And so I'm a June girl like you, Sherry.
Yes.
And so, therefore, I have seen the changing, the mutation, I would even say, of the Bermuda, the culture, as it were. And religion, Christianity, is a part of that. You know, the key thing, and I'll state it real briefly, is that sometimes our greatest, what we see as our greatest gift or moment can become our most challenging one. And I believe in the 80s, 90s, especially 80s, when we were booming. I mean, money. You could quit a job 10 a.m. and have a job by 11 a.m. We all of a sudden were endued with money and wealth. And I believe at that point, we started to substitute the wealth of a relationship with God through Jesus Christ for what we could do for ourselves. I've seen it. That's where I believe Christianity now becomes, for many, an option or no option at all. And it has changed Bermuda. Bermuda is 20 miles. As a scientist, I look at things a certain way, and therefore being a very small microcosm of the world, change happens in Bermuda quick. We just take up stuff. And I've seen that happen to the detriment of our people.
Gotcha. And you mentioned Bermuda's changed. What do you believe is the state of Christianity in Bermuda right now? Like what's the actual state?
I would say she's soft, afraid. I believe as things have come out of the closet, Christians have gone in and said, let me just be peace. Let me just be quiet. And that's not the culture. That's not where I was brought up from. That's not my grandparents, my parents. Christianity has made herself become an option rather than the leading voice to proclaim it. I'm a pastor. It's what I do. I believe in the product, you know, and so I'm all in, and I'm in church, and I'm in public. I'm in whether you like me. I'm in. It don't matter to me. It's what I do. It's who I am. That passion and drive, a lot of it is now what I feel, my opinion, it's in-house. But now that we've got so many competing cultures, religions, thought processes, it's like we've quieted down. And I think that's disappointing.
I think one of my concerns, and I think we spoke about it when you were previously on this show, and I'm going to go into politics for this. So I don't want to quote the wrong senator, but a Republican senator in the U.S., it could have been Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, but a Republican senator said some years ago that Black people are actually more conservative than they are liberal. But liberalism has used the Black struggle per se and Black people to kind of get other things moving, right? Now, just answer this, because when you were on before, we spoke about how the world has become more liberal. Do you believe liberalism and Christianity can coexist?
You see, here's the thing. My liberty, the liberist I am, oh yeah, it's only found in Jesus Christ, you see? And so it's liberty or liberalism tucked in the safety of a relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So while you can be modern and explore this and that, if it's not in the safety confines as a Christian within God's word, then you're going to go all over the place, and your liberty is going to be your undoing.
Okay. And I'm sitting back here just taking it all in, saying, how have you evolved as a pastor as the world becomes more liberal, as you indicated?
All right. I believe God prepared me as a child. First of all, to one of the things my mom told me, I was about 10, 11 years old. She said, Maria, never change who you are to be accepted by people. Never forgot it. So God prepared my mind a certain way as a child, literally 5, 6, observant, into technology way back when Nintendo 500. So I was a computer person. Yeah, computer person back then. And therefore, I'm into technology. Many people don't know that I produced the TV station right here in my home, our home. That's TV 24. A part of the preparation has to be that with how the world is changing, the church is not caught off guard. When we went to the lock-in or whatever it was for 2 weeks, our church didn't skip a beat. I did my sermons from my home. We were already into it. So anything that is discovered or used, it's not first for the world, it's for the kingdom. But the kingdom becomes lazy and used to doing things a certain way. So the world looks like it's cutting edge. I'm going to tell you, no, Shekinah Worship Center is cutting edge. There is nothing we will not try in order to reach people where they are at.
I will say, Pastor Seaman, 'cause I was looking at your background, your audio. I was like, she is sharp over there. So I can
Thank you.
tell.
I don't know. She don't know. She.
Well, I know now. But why is Christianity still a necessary part of who we are as Bermudians?
You know, I used to go to the community culture affairs breakfast they had for seniors. One of the reasons I loved to go was to read the booklet they had of all these seniors, the couples, the elderly people. If you read their bios, they always had some 99%, some sort of statement about faith, spirituality, God. That's our basis. And I believe that when you lose that, you lose the essence of who you are. We wonder why Bermuda changes. I don't. We went for the apple, not realize we let go of the gold, the relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Christianity, even the basic commandments teach you to love others, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So therefore, no matter, and I will use this statement, no matter how much people hate me, don't like me, I can't do that back to them. So I'm not going to curse you off. I'm not going to come against your family. I'm not going to call you names. Why? Because I have the Bermudian manners. Hello. And I am a Christian, and God would not be happy with me using unkindness. Now, sometimes, let me say this, the truth of the word of God that I study, it hits hard. But it's because of the love of God that we want people drawn from the world of sin into the kingdom of light, so that one day we may see Jesus Christ. We may experience an eternity in heaven and not an eternity in hell. So that's my drive.
I told you she was going to pray for me, because remember she mentioned name and like calling people names, and I made called the name of a government. She was basically saying, Jamal, this is about you calling the government name. So I'm not there yet. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work
Help
in
me.
We're still
But
a work in progress.
but let me just add to a question or a thought, and or your thoughts on young Bermudians, and right now in the state of young Bermudians and Christianity. Like, how are we working, or how is Christianity, your church, working on young Bermudians and the state that they're in right now?
Yeah. Many folks don't know that I taught school for 19 years. I've been pastoring now just about 16 years. And so young people are at my heart. Here's one thing that's very important, and you know it. It's very tough to bend the branch as they get older. So it's really vital what we do with the little ones. And I am so excited. They are our key focus, one of our key focuses. Now, before the COVID issue, I call it, before that, I was at 3 schools each week doing 2 or 3 assemblies, reaching into the children, teaching them the famous poem. I've got to say it. I learned it at age 5 at Elliott, and I teach it today. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. I have taken that message to Kenya. Now, here, let me say this. I minister weekly to a children's home in Kenya, and they know that poem. They repeat it back to me. And my thing is, I don't want to be doing for Kenya what I'm not doing for Bermuda. So we've stepped up our game, as it were, and our youth program is fully back in action. We have about 40 young little ones who are registered, averaging about 30 so far. I'm going for 50 at least for September. We have youth night. We're going to be having VBS August 8th through the 12th, church picnic the 13th. Now, the big thing is on my daughter's birthday and one of our elders' birthday out of tribe, we finally, after 2 years, got government's permission. Hello, went through the red tape, put up this children's church tent. God showed me in 2019. He said, I want you to purchase this big tent and get chairs, and you're going to have because you're not going to build the building. The economy is tight. People ain't got money, but you can put up a tent and minister to the children. We're doing it. We blessed the tent just Sunday going. So my aim is to serve. I'm a servant. All right. I attend every youth night. I don't stop because I don't want the people ever think it's about me. It's about these children that we need for Bermuda to be changed. If we don't get to the children, forget it.
Well, I always said, I mean, and I hate to compare us with dogs, but the truth is the similarities are there. But you don't train a dog, you train a puppy. A dog's already an adult. You have to get them while they're young. So I definitely agree with that. I want to just shift gears because this is really important part of where we are in the state of the world. One of the comments that troubles me by Bermudians in particular, this comment troubles me, is we need to open up like the rest of the world and we need to do this and that. And when people say that, I always wonder what countries are they referring to? But what does that statement mean to you? And we can talk about gaming. We can talk about cannabis. Mind you, I think free up the weed. That's just me. Pray for me, I said.
God bless you.
Yeah. And also, what else is it? The same-sex issue recently. So those are 3 things that top of my head. But what does it mean to you when you hear people saying we need to free up and we need to join the rest of the world? When in truth, some of the most successful, when I say successful financially destinations, I mean Qatar, you can't even go to to the World Cup with your girlfriend and have intercourse because of the laws there, right? I mean, you can go to prison for doing that. So when I hear this, and I'm like, well, some of you folks who think Bermuda is so conservative this way and that way are traveling to Dubai and all these countries that you literally could get life in prison for doing the simplest things. But what does that mean to you when you hear Bermudians say this?
Yeah. First of all, I've been Qatar. Beautiful. Let's take the statement. Bermuda needs to open up. In other words, we're saying, especially let's understand in the context of the time in which we live, open up to every virus of every country, be just like everybody. And I'm not talking about the virus. I'm talking about habits. I'm talking about cultures. I'm talking about spirits. See, you did something earlier with your survey, you and Sister Sherry there. And what you did was you showcased how unique Bermuda is. Now, folks, we cannot be unique and be open like everybody else. And to me, we have a product here in Bermuda. Look, people actually need the serenity that we are. I don't believe Bermuda's boring. I'm good. I think it's dangerous when we who have what we have are always grasping out here. And not only that, it's a psychological statement to generations that we need to go everywhere else rather than investing. Therefore, we pull in people to work. We pull in people for this. We pull in people, not understanding those people come with their habits, their gods, their culture, and Bermuda gets washed away. So I think it's dangerous to have that open mindset. Now, certainly as a scientist, I'm going to go here. Even when it comes to sexuality, we just say open. What do you mean open? No, closed relationships. Let's be unique. Let's be faithful to who we are. Now, after 37 years of marriage, I know what I speak of. All right. I think it's very important. Bermuda remain Bermuda.
And folks, if you have any questions or comments for Pastor Maria Seaman, please feel free to share. We'll do our best to ask her any of your questions or share comments. Obviously, I want you to take it on. And let me just explain, because I don't need you all. I know how media is taking clips. Jamal said, beat this, beat that. No.
Positive Media Day.
Exactly. Positive Media Day. What, let me explain that. When I say that, I personally, and I put it on social media, wish that I had been more forceful or involved in trying to get one of my relatives who was going through something to take, products with THC in it for what I've been told they can do to help. I do believe that when responsible, when not abusing anything, it could be helpful. So let me be clear, because I got people in my ear all the time. Hey, make sure you clarify this. I don't need anyone to go and become an addict or abuse something and come back on us. So just want to put that out there. Pastor Seaman, now that I hope I've been clear with that. What advice would you give to someone? People are going through stuff, right? Bermuda economically hasn't even hit the heights of where things may be in 3 to 6 months. People are struggling. And at least when I was growing up, and again, I'm removed from the situation, the church used to be a place for people to turn. A lot of people may not feel that way. They may not feel as welcome. What would you say to someone or people who might be going through stuff about what the church can do or what the church does do for its members and the greater community?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I am a shepherd, an earthly shepherd over a flock called Shekinah Worship Center. I will tell you that none of the people that I have remit over will starve, will lack comfort, will lack love, because we are a family. Now, in the community, in general, people moving away from the church, we've lost that. We've lost that place of refuge. I get folks throughout the year say, hey, Pastor Seaman, what can you help me with this and that? I'm like, who's your pastor? See, we know the church when we want something. No. We need to know Jesus Christ, become attached to a family. And I always say, Shekinah may not be your place. Get attached to a family church. And you'll find that shepherd, if that shepherd does not take care of their flock, fire them, fire her. We're with our people. We're going to make sure, one of the things, and I think this is so cute, I've got to mention it. I have super seniors over 80, and they are on technology because we took time out in the early part, training them, showing them, shout out to Chief Trot, showing them how to operate, because we had to stay connected. I was on a song in the night for like 185 days straight to make sure that my congregation and others heard my voice of comfort every night during this crisis. We are family, the family. And folks, we should know in our natural family, when families are estranged, who wants to help that relative that can't stand you, hard-headed, disobedient? Let's get back to our proper roots, our proper cultures, connect with a pastor. We're all not stealing your money, trying to just do for ourselves. No. At least you're looking at one pastor, and my congregation can tell you they know where money is and where it goes. And so people have lost faith. And I'm here to say, you just need to find the right church, have the right conversation, and you'll find out that pastor, listen, this is big. I am responsible to God. The congregation, I'll tell you how, the congregation, they're responsible for themselves. I'm responsible for myself, and then God's going to say, this is how you handle my people. I'm going to get extra licks because I am responsible for the souls in my remit. So it's very serious. I take this seriously. And I thank God for Shekinah Worship Center and how we're making out. Find a pastor.
And one last question. As people have moved away from Christianity, have you seen personally that numbers within Shekinah Worship Center have declined, or have they increased?
Our numbers, I would say, stay steady. Some go, some come. But then my international ministry is exploding. I've got a mission in India. I've got a church in Pakistan. I've got 2 churches and a children's home in Kenya. I got a church in the UK. And that way it's increasing. What happens is now COVID, I'm going to say this, how much? Okay. COVID did some interesting things. It changed the dynamics of a church. There were some people that I relied on in a certain way that now during COVID, I don't. And that changed their hearts. Some people's hearts changed. Oh, pastor doesn't need me no more. Oh, she's forgotten. No, we just had to do technology and do things differently. And so time changes, connections change. So we're challenged. We stay steady. Youth ministry has increased. And I'm praying, and I know God's going to give increase. He sustains everything. What God ordains, God maintains. And so I'm excited about that. So I'm looking for more and more increase.
All right, Pastor Maurice Seaman, thank you so much. Brought the gospel today, and we appreciate it. Honestly, I think so often we only welcome people into spaces where both everyone's got to be comfortable, and I think we don't move when that's the situation. Obviously, you mentioned some people may hate you, but you don't spew that back, and I think we're all entitled to choose who we want to be around and who we want to listen to and who we want to take in. I mean it. I mean, I jokingly say it when I say I'm a work in progress. I've been through some things with Bermudians, government in particular, and trying to get to a space where I don't allow my emotions to dictate my personal feelings towards certain people. So I think there's messages in what you're saying. And one thing I want to highlight in something, because I think when it comes to Christianity, religion, period, the word hate is so often shared. I didn't feel anything hateful from you this morning. I didn't feel any hate. I felt a person who, to go back to a word you chose earlier, is committed to what you believe and to sharing it. So, thank you for trusting this platform to have this conversation. And we definitely will be reaching back out to you. There's always something to talk about. Bermuda is, at least from a political perspective, it's in an interesting space. So I know some people feel like, the church shouldn't have anything to do with politics, but in truth, many of our politics was built by the church. So thank you, Pastor Seaman. And I just want to say once again, happy 37th anniversary to you.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
Pastor Seaman, and continue to be an inspiration to those who seek marriage in the way that you believe it should be.
Amen. Thank you,
Thank
Jamal. Thank you, Sherry. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And anytime, I'm busy, yet I always stop to do what I feel God would have me to do. And this has been great. Great way to start the anniversary.
Yes.
Folks, blessings abound. Blessings abound. Shout out to my husband. Love you, Pete. Love you.
Celebrate.
Amen.
We'll be in touch.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Pastor Seaman, if you appreciated that conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Definitely appreciate that. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the Daily Play, as well as we're going to wrap it up, folks. But before we let you go for this break, have you registered to be a part of the exclusive TDH community yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Sign up today to enjoy the benefits and activities, events that we'll have going on throughout the year. Go to our website, thedailyhour.com, and click register right on our homepage. Trust me, get it done now so that you are not excluded. TDH community. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Trust me, you don't want to miss this Daily Play. Shara's made it funny already.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
All righty. Thank you again to Pastor Maria Seaman for that conversation. Folks, if you appreciate that conversation, don't forget, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. That's where you'll see all of our live shows. Sherry, are you ready for the Daily Play?
I am. That's good.
All right. Thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy Medicals, and Linda's. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Sherry says she's ready. Sherry, this is what I think is an easy question. What Bermudian artist released an album titled Reggae Highway?
Bermudian, an album. Reggae Highway, what's it, Collybods? I don't know. Oh, what's the guy name? Live, it's not Live Wires. What's is that right?
You got it on the buzzer. It's the original Live Wires. I mean, Pat would have given it to someone on Wheel of Fortune. The answer is the original Live Wires. He released an album called Reggae Highway with a song on the album called Reggae Highway. So we're going to give that to you, Sister Sherry. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. The crowd's going crazy for you. They're going crazy for you. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, they're going crazy for you. Anyway,
thank you.
Thoughts on today's show, final thoughts on today's discussion and Daily Focus.
I love your experiment, Jamal. It was awesome. I think it did highlight many places that people haven't seen or experienced. So if you haven't done any of those things, I hope this was a great jump start to your summer to explore Bermuda and definitely highlight what is hidden gems on our island. As far as Pastor Maria Seaman. Did I get that title right? I hope I did.
Doctor or Pastor, she'll take it.
Okay, great. I appreciate just her views on Christianity and her views on where we are in Bermuda as far as Christians. I just sat back and kind of listened and felt like I was in church. And I know her sermons are way livelier than what she was presenting today. But I was able to get that information, and I hope everybody else heard just kind of the foundations of what she's presenting through her lens.
Yeah, I'll say regarding the experiment earlier about what would people do if they were given all expenses in Bermuda. I really just want people to realize that sometimes the solutions are literally within us. We don't always have to go elsewhere looking for what we desire. Bermuda is a beautiful place, has a lot to offer. And sometimes we just have to not think of the political side and the government antics and think about what is there in the private side, what's there that we can enjoy. And Bermuda does, as Pastor Seaman says, it may be boring to some people, but it's not boring to a lot of people. And sometimes, when I say grow beyond our environment, it's like growing beyond what we're used to. If you're only used to going to a bar, your favorite bar, and you've never been to a Cambridge or a Lauren, then you don't know what you don't know. As far as Pastor Seaman, let me say this. Look, I'm a heathen. I have my challenges with Christianity. And when I say my challenges with Christianity, it's all I knew as a religion growing up in Bermuda, right? So that's where it's not me picking on Christianity. It's the only thing I knew. The amount of denominations, Seventh-day Adventist, you had AME, it was confusing to me, and it's still confusing to me. But the one constant is, the idea of, Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. I don't necessarily think that people who stand in their faith are hateful. I don't think that. I think we have to stop demonizing people that believe what they believe when they're not inciting stuff. That's not to say that some people who believe what they believe don't. I think it's a time we need to respect people and be tolerant. We can't ask for tolerance if we're planning to be the intolerant ones. So I appreciate her trusting this platform for the conversation, and looking forward to having many more conversations, because I think we have more in common than we think as a people, than to allow ourselves to be separated because of our faith and our beliefs. Sherry, any daily inspiration for us?
I do, and it's coming from Mariah Carey. You really have to look inside yourself and find your own inner strength and say, I'm proud of what I am and who I am.
I like that one. Sounds like lyrics from Hero or something like that. I like it. All righty. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She is Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. My friends, make it a safe and great day. Yeah, I don't have my mug right now, but I'm going to holler at you all. Peace.